The world of Sonic the Hedgehog has been thrust into a not-so-dark, not-so-stormy hard-boiled detective story that probably nobody saw coming. Follow Sonic and the intrepid Chaotix Detective Agency as they take on their biggest case yet. This high-flying, action-packed adventure will take them across the world, fighting for every clue they can find. It's one heck of a tale, which is good, because this story might be the only thing that can save their lives.
No. Well, if that's all, I can just dispose of you.
Wait, what?
All will be revealed in Sonic the Hedgehog presents The Chaotix Case Files. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
When the Chaotix are on the case.
Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.
Welcome to True Crimecast Patreon edition. I am John here with Jamie. I think we both sound somewhat back to normal.
Somewhat better. Man, this thing has freaking lingered.
We've been sick. I don't know if we've spoke about that on the air or not, but man, I had what I thought was a man cold that ended up being 3 weeks worth of nightmare.
Just the crud, and will not go like you and I, the big sports or the big basketball tournament.
Yeah.
Has been happening, and we've called like lots of games in the last 2 weeks, and it's just been a battle, I think, for both of us.
Didn't stop us, but I don't think we sounded great. We got paid nonetheless.
We did.
Guys, we appreciate you Patreon members for signing up, for always being there, supporting the show. We honestly couldn't do it without you, and we've got an interesting case for you all today. We're going to call it the lipstick murders.
We get to so many where I'm like, how have we not done this one yet? This is just, and this seems like it should have been, not that we do seasons, but this seems like it should have been a season 1 True Crimecast situation.
When I'm researching this case, it reminded me of a TV show that I used to watch, and now I'm rewatching it. Did you ever watch The Mentalist?
A little bit. Yeah, it was good.
Really good show, but there was a serial killer that impacted his family, and it was Red John was that guy's name. But he would write stuff or draw a smiley face in the homes of his victims so that when their loved ones came in, that was the first thing they saw. And there's a similarity to that in the story we're about to tell you.
Yeah, there was also the smiley face killer. There's Steve Buscemi's character in Billy Madison, where he puts on lipstick and marks him off his hit list.
I remember that. That's a great character.
That is.
We should do
very short.
If I was ever, one to write things consistently, like that would be a fun spinoff to make.
Yeah.
Like just talk about his exploits and
do a true crime series about
Happy was next.
That character. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Can make Steve Buscemi's probably not busy.
Yeah.
He's not doing a lot.
You got your phone over there. I'm going to assume that UK's playing right now.
Yeah, they're playing. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Who are they playing?
Yeah, they're playing Vanderbilt. So, I'm probably going to be watching for about 5 minutes.
That's fine. Is it at Vandy?
No. Gosh, I hate playing at that court.
Vandy's I can't believe more people haven't died playing.
I know we have a lot of listeners in Nashville, and Vandy's really had a great sports year, but that basketball arena
Isn't like the floor elevated?
The floor is elevated, and the benches are behind the baskets. So the coaches are under the basket coaching. The only court I've ever seen like that.
I didn't realize the coaches were there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're allowed to go up the sideline some, but their bench, their players, their assistants are all under.
I didn't realize that.
It's just so let's just move them. It seems we can broadcast a live podcast and record us and get rid of our stupidity through AI, but we can't just move a sideline. Come on, bro.
And why the elevated floor? Like that has to be there's what's the over under on broken ankles there?
Too many, I'm sure. Too many.
You didn't come to hear us talk about Vanderbilt's subpar basketball arena.
Maybe you did. Who knows? That's a crime. I'll tell you that much.
Let's go to Chicago.
Okay.
How about it?
I was trying to think of some crime updates. The au pair murders. There was an update before we recorded that one. We're still waiting. Luigi Mangione. We're going to do a case on Corey Richins, the lady accused of killing her husband and writing a children's book to help comfort her kids. But that trial's ongoing, and it has been fascinating so far. I'll say that much.
Have you reached out to people to see if they want to read that book?
No, we're going to have a friend read the book, but I didn't realize when I first started looking into it, I was like, oh, we're in the middle of the trial here. So we'll wait a little while before we record it, but it's, well, if she did it and then wrote a children's book, that's one of the most maniacal things I've heard.
I want to read the book. Like, I don't know.
I sent you a link to a YouTube video of somebody reading it. You should just let it play you to sleep tonight and imagine her killing her husband.
I had weird dreams last night. I need to, maybe in a week, I need to recoup from last night.
Yeah, get us rolling, man.
So we're going to go to Chicago in the mid 1940s. And I don't know, this was a weird time in American history. I mean, of course, the World War II had wrapped up in 45, 46. So people were coming back home, but Chicago, you just think about, you can see it in the movies. Like, it's a violent town. Organized crime has taken over. The post-wartime anxiety. I don't know. It's a interesting place. There's gangsters, corruption, but there was a series of brutal murders that would grip the public eye, and it would just kind of wreck people. Because people were now afraid to live in their own homes, especially if you were a single female, I would imagine. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about what would become known as the lipstick killer. And the name came because there was a message that was written on a wall at one of the crime scenes, and it was written in the female's lipstick. And the message, we'll get into the specifics later, but basically it was telling police, catch me, please catch me, because if you don't, I'm going to keep on killing. So, there was an arrest made. Basically, at the end of this, I think we're going to ask, did they actually get the right guy?
Right. Yeah.
Because it's interesting.
It is. It's pretty fascinating. And when I think about Chicago at that time, of course, it's earlier, like in the 20s when Al Capone's doing his stuff, into the 30s. But it had that kind of gangster reputation. And this is different, though, because if you're fearing gangsters, basically don't get in on bootlegging and don't go to the wrong place at the wrong time. But this is when a killer's coming to you. This is before we really saw serial killers ramp it up out in California in the 70s and 80s. So this is a very scary thing, a fairly, I don't know, not a new thing, but certainly an uncommon, less common than it would become decades later.
So, Jamie, let's, if you're cool with it, let's jump down to when the crimes began.
We can do that.
Work our way that way. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So the first confirmed murder connected to this case was in 1945. The victim was a woman named Josephine Ross. She lived alone in her apartment in Chicago. She was found dead in her bedroom. She was the victim of a very violent attack. There were signs that someone had entered her home quietly, and this kind of let police think that this killer was perhaps someone who had been experienced in breaking in homes before, because she was in her bedroom. She wasn't out looking for what was going on. So obviously this was kind of quiet.
Or if this is just an isolated incident, maybe you think they knew the killer, just no forced entry.
Maybe the killer was already there, sleeping on the couch.
And this was the first one, so you're not looking for a serial situation yet.
The nature of this crime was disturbing. It felt random. It felt invasive and personal. It wasn't a robbery gone wrong. There was nothing taken from the scene. This was violent. She was stabbed multiple times. Her head was wrapped up in a dress when police found her. It was brutal. In her hand were actually hairs. So this let you know that this was a close attack, meaning that the suspect was close to the victim. I tried to research to see if this was, since there was nothing stolen from the house, was this a sexual crime? And I didn't find anything to suggest it was, but I didn't find anything to suggest it wasn't. I don't know.
It would make a lot more sense if there was, because if not, is killing the only motive? Because that's pretty rare.
I feel like it's one of those things where they probably censored themselves in the 1940s so that you wouldn't say like a woman was sexually assaulted and murdered, or would you? I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that this was only a murder.
Yeah, I agree with you. And even if it ends up in murder, what was the initial motivation to go in? And maybe murder was always part of the plan. Maybe it wasn't, but
police had nothing to go on. There really wasn't, they've had the hair, but this was in 1945. So the thought of running a DNA was not even on their minds. There wasn't a suspect. There was no obvious motive and no immediate connection from the victim to any known criminal activity.
The world of Sonic the Hedgehog has been thrust into a not-so-dark, not-so-stormy hard-boiled detective story that probably nobody saw coming. Follow Sonic and the intrepid Chaotix Detective Agency as they take on their biggest case yet. This high-flying, action-packed adventure will take them across the world, fighting for every clue they can find. It's one heck of a tale, which is good, because this story might be the only thing that can save their lives.
No. Well, if that's all, I can just dispose of you.
Wait, what?
All will be revealed in Sonic the Hedgehog presents The Chaotix Case Files. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
When the Chaotix are on the case.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Maybe you're even barely getting by making minimum payments. With credit card debt hitting record highs, National Debt Relief offers real debt relief solutions for people struggling to keep up. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy, and you may be able to pay back less than you owe, regardless of your credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe 10, 20, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living increases. To find out how much you could save, visit nationaldebtrelief.com. That's nationaldebtrelief.com.
The world of Sonic the Hedgehog has been thrust into a not-so-dark, not-so-stormy hard-boiled detective story that probably nobody saw coming. Follow Sonic and the intrepid Chaotix Detective Agency as they take on their biggest case yet. This high-flying, action-packed adventure will take them across the world, fighting for every clue they can find. It's one heck of a tale, which is good, because this story might be the only thing that can save their lives.
No. Well, if that's all, I can just dispose of you.
Wait, what?
All will be revealed in Sonic the Hedgehog presents The Chaotix Case Files. Listen now, wherever you get your podcasts.
When the Chaotix are on the case.